there's a reason pornography is a way in which energy is siphoned from us, our creative life force siphoned from us. It's no different than the mainstream media, except besides the fact that it's maybe more addicting, and people have maybe a harder time untethering themselves from it. Because what you're doing is your traumatized ego is interacting with and exchanging energy with somebody else who's highly traumatized and engaging in that situation. And all of that energy is being siphoned. It's not just you're spilling your creative life force. It's being siphoned into things that go to feed the inauthentic false matrix. And so it's a very nefarious situation. But ultimately, from the highest perspective, it gets us to desire creating self-mastery and discipline over where we put our attention, our creative life force. Because at some point, we're going to get tired of having our life force siphoned. We're going to get exhausted from expending our energy as creators, our creative life force that we should be using to create heaven on earth, that we desire to be using to create heaven on earth. I don't want to put any shoulds in there because everyone's going through their own evolution. But again, we came here to create heaven on earth. That's the ultimate goal. Everybody who incarnated at this moment, especially the ones who are going to be attracted to this content, we came here to create heaven on earth. We need all of our creative life force to do that. And that's why it's incredibly important to be aware, again, go back to awareness of how we are expending our creative life force. And I do want to bring us back to ultimately you are an infinite being that creates from an infinite source. There is no exhaustion of your supply. You're an infinite, eternal, immortal creator being. So that life force, if you've expended it, will always be replenished. But we always want to have awareness and mastery over how we are utilizing that creative life force. Because when we master that prana, that creative life force, we can create whatever it is we desire, and ultimately we create heaven on earth for ourselves and everyone else that's here.